than the good from which it was made. All processes which destroy or diminish possible utilities are destruction and not consumption. On the other hand, we must guard against an opposite error. We are apt to have certain personal notions of desirability and of certain wants, and to say that goods are destroyed or wasted when devoted to uses which we do not approve. Thus we say the corn used for the food is consumed, while corn used for whiskey is destroyed. Such a judgment may be morally right, but it is wrong economically. A want is a want, and in economics wants are measured only by their intensity as regards their economic validity. The very fact that whiskey is made indicates that a certain number of wants can be better satisfied by corn whiskey than by corn bread. It is undoubtedly better for a man to burn his furniture to warm his house than to sell it to buy drink. But economically, the one is destruction, and on the other, consumption. All of this merely means that man is more than a wealth-getting animal. Economic interests are not his only interest, nor always compatible with his other interests. The economics by no means claims that economic considerations should always be followed. He knows full well that economic wisdom may be human folly, and that life is continually neglected in order to get a living. Economics must, however, consider the reactions of wants and their satisfaction upon economic activities. We must also avoid the error of supposing that consumption means the rapid using up of things. We often think that some goods are consumed while others are only used. The distinction is one of degree only. All products are used up at the last, and whether soon or late makes no essential difference. For present purposes, houses are consumed as truly as food. Consumption means nothing more than using things in the way that were economically intended to be used. The using up of wearing out is merely an inevitable incident of the use of or consumption. Productive and final consumption. Having defined consumption, we have now to notice two kinds of consumption, or more exactly the consumption of two kinds of goods. These are capital and consumption goods, or goods designed to satisfy wants directly. Machines or raw materials are consumed as truly as finished articles. The difference is that they are consumed to produce, while the others are consumed to satisfy wants. Hence we call this productive consumption, while the consumption which attains the ultimate goal of economic activity in the satisfaction of wants is final consumption. It is necessarily, again, to guard against the idea that food consumed by labor is in productive consumption. All such questions are to be settled by the consumer himself, who has final rights in the matter. He consumed not for the sake of production, but for the sake of satisfaction, and produces only that he may consume. Man is our final term. It goes without saying the only consumption is any of real importance to life. Here is the goal of our effort, the measure of our success. Heterogeneous estimates of our consumed wealth mean little or nothing to a nation's well-being. How much is the final consumption of our nation in a year? This is an important question in this connection. Alleged present consumption of future products. We often hear of consumption in advance of production. It is said people live on the future. It is frequently argued that during our late war we were consuming faster than we were producing. It is alleged that federal bonds represented the consumption of future earnings. Those who talk thus appear to have no clear notion. It is impossible to consume faster than we produce unless we just consume past savings.